What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Mondays Don't Suck. Your JOB does. All right, something real quick I need to get across to you guys today, and that's getting your head right. You see, a lot of people, before you do anything, you got to get your head right. See, a lot of people, they come from a place of negativity where positivity. Say you want to quit your job so you can start up your own business. You see, a lot of people think of situations like this. Well, what if I quit my job and I lose my 401k, I lose a steady paycheck, I lose the security that my job has, I lose, all my friends or all my coworkers who have now become friends because I want to leave this place and try something new. Instead of, what if I quit this job and I get a whole bunch more freedom for my friends and family and people who need me? What if I make a lot more money doing this than I was when I was doing that? What if, I can do a lot better over here and be able to, get a better health insurance coverage or dental insurance, or even, get better things so I can give my family what they deserve, or, something along those lines. See, a lot of people, they're like more negative than they are positive, and that's crippling them. That cripples a lot of people out here in society. It cripples me, it cripples my friends, it cripples some of my families. May not talk about it, but internally, it cripples us all. See, because the most important conversations aren't the ones that you have with your friends, your family, your coworkers, your higher ups, whoever. It's not the ones you have with your peers, it's the ones that you have with yourself. And those are the ones that get your head right or get it wrong. See, you might sell something to somebody, and 2 weeks later they come back and like, you know what, I don't want this anymore. How do I quit? Or how do I go about giving it back to you? And this similar situation happened to me a few weeks ago, probably about a month ago now, actually. I did something for a friend. He joined me in it, and like a week or two later or so, he was like, you know what, this isn't for me. How do I quit? And, I should have told him. I was like, I'm not the guy to tell you how to quit, because I've been there. I've gotten my head wrong to the point that I've quit on multiple things, and I'm not that guy anymore. See, you want to learn how to quit? Go to the internet. I know this is where it's at, but still, there's a whole bunch of other places you can go on the internet except for right here to teach you how to quit. I'm not the guy to teach you how to quit. So, I gave him, call this number, they'll teach you how to quit. They'll handle all your questions, all that. See, I'm not trying to be that guy anymore that you can come to, like, how do I cancel my Netflix? How do I quit my job? How do I quit going to the gym? How do I quit, helping other people out? I'm not trying to be that guy anymore. Previously, years ago, you want to know how to quit something? Yeah, you do this, do that, boom, you're done. Now, since I've been that person who's been through, who's quit before, I want to see what it looks like to not quit. See, I almost quit doing this at one point. But see, if I would have quit doing this, where would you get your maybe your inspiration from? Or you get just information from in general? If I'm not doing it, where are you going to get it from? Maybe someone else isn't doing the way I'm doing it. So if I would have quit doing this, where would you go? Now, let's say I didn't quit, because I didn't. I'm still doing this. Now, I don't quit. Where can I be 5 years from now by still doing this? I can be wildly successful. Let's just say I hit the lottery one day or something, or just something good happens in my life and I get a lot of money, and I can just start doing whatever I want, whenever I want, like my dream. And I still do this. I still put time aside to do this for you guys, and be like, hey, this is what I did. If you do what I did, you can have what I have. And that's just plain facts. You do what someone else does, you can have what they have. But it all starts with getting your mind right. You have to get your mind right before anything else. So let's say you're in school and you're starting to lose focus. That's when you have that conversation with yourself right now. hey, if I don't pay attention, I might not pass this next test. That's getting your mind right. If I don't step up at work, I may lose my job. That's getting your mind right. If I don't come up with something new for these guys to see that I'm doing at work, they might, cut my hours back, whatever it may be. Getting your mind right, telling you what you need to do to get ahead. If I don't go to the gym today, I might not be as strong as I could be in 3 years because I didn't go this one day or maybe 2 days, whatever the case may be, whatever your schedule is. What am I not, if I don't do this today, what am I going to lose out on further down the road? You see, a lot of people, we also think very short term. Friday night, I'm about to get super drunk. I'm about to have bottles like crazy. I'm gonna have 100 bottles on my table, have this huge party. It's very short term thinking because you're only thinking until Friday night. And you're like, well, I get super drunk Friday, but what'll happen Saturday if I don't get drunk? Let's say you have an early doctor's appointment, 6 o'clock in the morning, and you're only thinking until Friday. You're not thinking until Saturday. So you're like, what if I get super drunk on Friday and I don't go to my appointment Saturday and I can't get in until 3 months down the road, and this appointment that I made is kind of serious, and I lose a limb or die, because I like to take things to the extreme. Just like get my point across a little more. What if I lose a limb? What if I die? What if I can't perform the way I used to be able to perform? What if it cripples me physically so I can't perform to that level that I want to perform up in here? So we always think short term, but short term is cool from time to time. But what we really need to think is long term. How is this going to affect me 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years from now? How is this going to affect my kids if you have any? How is it going to affect my family in the future? Like, there's people who do things when they're younger and it comes back in their professional career years later, and they're like, oh, well, you did a such and such video with this guy and it's all over the internet now. We can't hire you. We can't have that image on our company. And you're like, I was 16 years old. Like, I was young and dumb. So, well, because 16 years old and now 47, and it's now coming up now because the company you're working for does extensive research on their people so they can make sure they maintain this quality image. You didn't get this position because of what you did when you were 16 years old. 16 years old, you're not thinking 10, 20, 30 years down ahead. You're thinking, what's going to happen tomorrow, maybe the next day, what's happening Friday night, what's happening Saturday. And, that's pretty much as far as we think for the most part. A lot of people don't think 10, 20, 30 years down the road. Now, as a whole, I'm just speaking as a whole, not as individuals. There's individuals out there who go to school. They're like, you know what? I'm going to school this year, next year, year after that, till they get their degree. Whether they went from, being homeless to having multi-millions like my man Eric Thomas. It might take you 6 years to get a 2-year degree, but you're still doing it because you're thinking long term. If I don't get this degree, someone else is gonna get this degree, and then they might get the position that I want at this company that I want to work for. That's thinking long term. You always got to get your mind right. What if I don't study today? I might not pass this test in 3 weeks. What if I don't work out today? I might not be as strong as I am in 3 weeks. What if I don't call this person today? I might not be able to talk to them for another year because they're being deployed off to Korea or Afghan or, wherever we're sending our troops now. What if I don't do this today? How is it going to affect me 10, 20, 30 years down the road? You see, adults have been telling us this our whole lives. But, as adolescents, we're just like, whatever. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm trying to do what I want to do and party it up because I'm young. See, it's not until we get, to a certain age or just a certain mindset that we're just like, you know what? They're right, because they've been through this. We're just like, yeah, I was stupid not to listen to them before, but like now, I just know they're trying to help me out because, they've been through this themselves. So everything that they're telling me is coming from experience, or they know someone who's very close to them who have been in that exact same situation or anything like that. See, but a lot of things, we're programmed a certain way. We're programmed by the people we hang out with, the things around us. You know, like let's say you get a 100 question test and you get it back. You get a 90 on it. But instead of saying plus 90, it says minus 10. Even though you'll be like, yes, I got a 90, I passed this test, awesome. Your energy might be a lot higher if it says plus 90 instead of minus 10. You know, it all depends on who's doing the grading. You know, it might be like, you know, pass it to one of your peers. We'll go through it as a class. You know, maybe the teacher just grades it, you know, just boom, you know, real quick. So that's what I'm trying to do, is just with Mondays Don't Suck, I'm just trying to help reprogram you, you know, to think up here, not down here. It's like Lauryn Hill said, how you gonna win when you ain't right within? And all that means is you can't win out here externally until you win up in here internally. Once you got everything up here, 100%, 200%, 1000%, you know, whatever, that's when everything out here will start falling into place. You know, financially, spiritually, relationships, you know, friendships, all that good stuff. See, you might be watching this video right now with a friend of yours, your best friend, and he can be like, you know what, turn this crap off, Eric is retarded. I don't know why he's still watching this. And you could be like, the heck are you talking about? He's making perfect sense. It's not that either one of you are right or wrong. It's just you are in a different mindset. You know, me and my two best friends, we come to each other when we need advice, or, you know, whatever, you just want to talk, you know, whatever the case is, we come to each other. And none of us are in the right state of mind. You know, one of my best friends, he's single. I got a relationship of 4 years. My other best friend, he's been married for a few years and he's got kids. So none of us are in the exact same state of mind, but we're still as tight as ever. You know, even if we don't talk on a daily basis, we're still as tight as ever. I would do anything for those guys. So once you get everything right up in here, everything out here, everything external will fall into place right where you need it to be, right when it's supposed to happen. Just always remember, how you gonna win when you ain't right within? How you gonna win when you're not right within? Get right within, everything that's out will fall into place. This is EM Pigro. Mondays Don't Suck. Thanks for watching.